Hey guys, back again. Done a little bit more work on my cutie little cottage. I just love it. So what I've done here, like I've done all the stitching along there, and this I've just made into a balcony, and I did a slow stitch, a stem stitch along the top there, and then just backing stitch along there. I might put in little French knots along the top here just to have it look like what are they called? The little window boxes. I initially had a bow on there and I took that off and I actually sewed through because it was a bit, a bit loose, and then I probably still will do a little ribbon and stick it on the top there so it looks a bit more like a wreath. I've just stitched around here just to hold that down all the way around along there, and on here I've got did a whole heap of lazy daisies, and I'm just in process of doing, like, I just wanted to do a bush in the corner, and then I was going to do it all over it, but I thought I might do it, just make it look more bushy and similar here. I finished the roofs, so that will go on there like that, and that's that little, it had this little edging piece on there. So I used, remember how I had my in the last video I showed you my little shelf edging thing that I did the same thing along there, and so it almost looks like smocking, but because you've got gingham, it really makes it sort of easy to do, and they look really good, like they look perfect. It did take a little bit to sort out, like when I did, got to do it one way, and then there's got this little pattern in here, and Ming on there, that was easy. But you do the first one on here, I think I only used like 2 squares, and you start on one, and then on the next one you do it on the different colour square. Yeah, so that's Herringbone Stitch. Where are we? That I used on that one. So at the moment I'm just Herringbone Stitch, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. E, F, G, H. Probably one I've already folded over, knowing me, because I have used it a bit. Here we go, that's the one. Herringbone Stitch, and I also stitch, see where the crosses meet. I just wanted to look, it's sitting up, and I wanted to hold it down so it would hold down, and it gives it that Christmassy feel anyway with the red and white. Yeah, so that's what I did with that. Then, so it's so cute, I love it. So that's for the roof. And then I've got the back, which I've got my little back door still. I've started stitching on there. I've done all the wood. I still want to do, I've gotten out me green bits and pieces. So I'm just going to do like a straight running stitch. I'll probably do that today to show you. I didn't want to do a peak window on there because it's just a normal window, whereas these are like the dormer windows, because this is a balcony. So then these ones I did the same. I just got a ruler like I showed you in the last one. I stitched along there. I've still got to, behind the scenes, I'm going to do stitching on that. I'm not going to do that much more to that. I'll just do like a running stitch, and then maybe fill in some of these like straight stitches. And here I'll probably, see, I've done the same. You can see it's not that full because I had to do it in between, but I'm gonna stitch here, and I'm probably going to get some of the greens and highlight some of these flowers, and I might do a bit of brown, or use the pattern. And I was thinking of maybe putting that there to sort of look, like a bush. And I was thinking, so somewhere like that, you know, maybe something like that there too, have a little bit of a bush near the back door. So that's what I've done. And I've also, sorry, I hope I haven't moved it, gotten the patterns out. Still got the base here. I've got the patterns out, and I have just gotten some cereal box, like I said I was going to, and then I traced out the patterns. Where are we? Traced out the patterns, and then I got a ruler, and I've cut them all out. I've just pre-cut them, and I did 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And this one here, a big mess. This one here, I thought I needed to. I still haven't done the base because I need another cereal box. This is where the join was, so I just did that with one of these, and I pushed it out down that way. And so you trace it with your template, which is the size of that. And because you're going to be sewing, and I generally on my machine, like I'll do 1/4 of an inch. I mean, I may even have to. I'm going to cut on the line, if not a bit further off to the line, because I'd rather it be just fitting in than being too big. And I'll show you what I mean. I just think for myself personally, probably going to leave this little cottage sitting in my lounge room all year round. I wanted it to be quite firm, and you know, it's just a personal reference, and preference. So what you do, as you can see with these bits that I've cut out, and this is just something that I've done for myself. So this is the back. So see how it's just that little bit smaller? See, I might even have to cut it because of all the stitching, it has shrunk down a little bit. You know, the back on here like that. So when you stitch it all together, so, well, just example, okay. I'll pin it. So I'm going to stitch it together on the machine because I don't want raw edges. Once again, personal preference. I don't mind the look of the raw edges, but because I'm going to be having it out all year round, so then you would sew, where are we? Ooh, that's to that, back, those bits on here like that. So this is just me demonstrating, but in the instructions, if you do get it, so that's like that. And then the roof, the two roofs, that's the bottom. So you would sew this together, pull the pins out, and hopefully I'm not too far away. A jumbled mess. We haven't gotten to any stitching yet, but that's okay. This is all in the process of how you do it. So that'll be sewn together, and that's going to be like that. Actually, I think if I was to do it, I would, see, take this out, sew it onto the sides first, like that is going to be sewed to this. Okay, these two bits there, the edge bit, then the edge bit. So you would sew those together first. That's probably the first thing that you would sew. So you would attach the roofing bit to the sides. See how you can see it's starting to come together? So you attach them to the sides, and then you would turn that like that, and then you would stitch that in. So when it's the right side around, like that, I will slot that in, and I'm going to put it that way because it, I'll take rub off that and I'll slot it in. I might just spray some adhesive gluey stuff, see how I go, and then I'll just stiffen it up a little bit, so that'll be like that with my little roof. Oh, it's looking so cute. So yeah, if you want to do like what I've done, and put some cardboard in there to stiffen it up, that's the process that you go about doing it. I mean, you can still use the cardboard and sew it together the way that Lisa has done. I think I know that Rachel from Roxy Creations sewed it that way too. So you just pin it that way, like that, and I mean it is quite cute. And still put the cardboard in there, and it gives it that raw edge sort of look about it. So and I think it's going to make it a lot easier when you have to sew all these other bits. To do it by hand is a bit easier. So yeah, hang 10. Okay, sorry about that. My son was just up and about, and I'll just let him know that I'm recording because I am in the kitchen. So if you hear any noise, it'll be him. Now, so that's the process that we are doing to do that. Still got to get the base done. So that and that will be behind the scenes. So yeah, I'll let you know what I'm doing with that. That's done. That's almost done. I was even thinking maybe I can put that there, but I don't know. I think doing the stitching is a lot nicer. So I'll do the rest of that. So behind the scenes, yeah, lots of little lazy daisies. Yeah, I might just, do some berries there, like have it like a bush, and then maybe even just do some straight stitches, like follow the because that sort of looks a little bit like a tree, so I might follow that, and then maybe do some French knots and stuff. So it does take a little bit of time, but it is worth it. It's going to be out. Oh, and I need to do, when I get the black out, which I'm going to use black for on the inside of that, I'll do a French knot for the door, because you need to be able to get in your cottage. Okay, so well, I think I'm actually up to the black. That's what we'll be doing. So I'll get a bit of that. There we go. Now we're up to the sewing. I don't know how far along it's been, but I've got some really nice this sort of stuff from Steph Francis, which I may put on the bottom there, or even utilise some of it. And same with some of these beautiful threads I got enabled by Carol from Oak House Journals to buy the Steph Francis stuff. So pretty. Okay, now, so while I'm here, I'll just do a quick French knot on the door. Actually, I might do, I find if I'm going to do one, I find a, what, slap bang in the middle, a colonial knot seems to be a little bit thick. There we go. Okay, we are now able to get into our cottage. Okay, then I just love this. If you're watching Loretta, I thought you would probably really like this. Oh, I was going to show you. I went shopping to this place in Malden, which is like a heritage listed town. And if you follow me on Instagram, which is Susanna E 1969, and I have all pictures of me going and having lunch at this gorgeous little cafe, and they had these, and I just thought, oh, so cute. And the detail, like it's a little sweet shop. I actually got it. There's a squirrel on there, and she's got little wrap presents, and there's even a bird in here. Looks like a little fox soft toy and all sweets. A little cat looking up at the topiary bush, and then the little dog. And even underneath, I don't know if you can see that, there's a little mouse, and I thought it's too big to be mouse footprints, but it sort of leads to the dog, but it also leads to the cat. So they've been walking, and you can see all the plumbing underneath. It's just so cute. It came with lollies. I got it in the lolly shop, but I just thought it was adorable. So there you go. That's I thought they got that there. Then I'm doing this little cottage. It sort of inspired me along and get the cutest little things. So it was cute in two ways. I've got this gorgeous little tin, and they had peppermint chocolates in there, which were yummy. I just love this little town. It's really, really cute. I mean, if anybody who is in Australia lives in Victoria, they probably would know of Malden. It's just, we actually lived there for about 4 months. Yeah, very close to Castlemaine, where my husband was born and raised. Okay, so I've just done some slow stitching on here, and then I'm going to just do the door panels, and I may do them in a back stitch, showing you the black, not the best thing. That's why I really liked this, because the door was already created. I'll put that there so you can see that. And the stitching, like I said in the last one, is amazing. I think she must have used like a very fine one thread of DMC or something like that. I don't know, but it's pretty fine work. So, just going to go around the 4 door panels. Probably don't need that anymore because it's actually been put down around it, but it's still puffed up. And then I've still got to figure out, I want to do some, like, I might even just do a tree and then with some limbs and stuff and leaves along there. So I just thought I'd show you how I'm going to put it together. And in the next video we'll probably have done a lot of the behind the scenes thing, and you'll see the finished product. Yeah, of how it looks. I might just show you along with a few other bits and pieces, because this town is the town where I got this little tin from. It's got a lot of vintagey stores, and I went into this, it's a lace store, and she's got the most gorgeous lace and all that kind of stuff from, she's a bit like Lisa Mattock, and she goes to France, and she hasn't been for the last couple of years, so because of COVID, but she still has got a beautiful lot of laces and fabrics and everything. The fabrics are like, oh my goodness, so beautiful. But the beauty of buying stuff online with Lisa, you get a smaller piece of different lots, and I mean, it's expensive. They're vintage and antique fabrics, but she sells them in the bulk lots, like as in, you know, a couple of meters, and they're worth about $140 or whatever it is, you know, like she sells them for. Yeah, I prefer just to have smaller pieces rather than these big massive bits, unless I've got a project. But yes, I usually go to, she's got a bargain room at the back. That's the first place I head to because we all need just small pieces. When you're doing that, you don't need very big pieces when you're doing slow stitching. Okay, so I will just do 4 of these door panels. I don't know if you can see them where you are. Go at the back. And then there, I had to go, originally had this on quite a bright bit of fabric, and you could actually see this white, and that's why I had to, it's just a bit of doily which shaped like those old, you know, doors. But then I thought, no, I needed to match it to the front so you could, you know, make these the feature pieces. So yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna might put that to the side. Off to the side, there we go, and finish that off because you can't really see me stitching that. And I thought I might do this, bending it down a little bit with the brown. And have a sip of my coffee in my squirrel cup. So cute. Oh yeah, good stuff. I've got to do a few, so yeah, better too much than not enough. Okay. With the pattern that you get, it shows you get all the bits and pieces like that, but she doesn't give you the pattern for how to do the bits and pieces. So, but I mean, you got some photos. I pinched this idea from where she did I thought, yeah, that looks good, and see how she's done that sort of work, which I quite like. She's even done French knots around there. So it gives you a bit of an idea. I like that, using rickrack like a tree. And made her own little windows, topiary tree. So you get a bit of an idea of stuff that she does. But that's good because it means each of everyone's Christmas cottage will be very individual. So okay, now yabbering away. So I'll just do just a running stitch like all the other stuff, not too close to the edge. You don't want it to fray. I mean, you can't see this anyway, but it's holding it down. Oop, hanging over the edge. That part's going to go underneath, but still got to sew it down. It's annoying me. There we go. Done. I mean, it's going to be behind it all anyway. So I've got another, like this is called the Christmas Cottage, but I've got another Christmas project that I do want to do. Lisa Mattock from Forage has a advent calendar pattern, which I'm still waiting for in the mail, along with some gorgeous Christmas fabrics that I can use on that. So that's definitely going to be a Christmas project. But like everything, I always make it my own. And I'm going to be showing you how she makes these little pockets, and it's really cute. So I'm inspired by her, and I'll probably do the same size and everything, but I'm gonna use men's shirts, which I have got heaps of, which I use for my slow stitching projects as the backing fabrics. But I have all these pockets that I've got from these men's shirts, and I'm like, these just seem too good. So I'm going to be using those pockets to create the pockets on the advent calendar. So it's a real way of foraging. Lisa would be proud. I'm actually foraging every part, and nothing goes to waste, like she says. Now that can go down, and just pin that down again so you can't see most of that anyway, and then I'll really do want to have it in between. Put that away for now. Okay, it's the only thing when I'm showing you and I've got bits dangling everywhere, it gets rather annoying. Okay, have I got a knot? Yes, I do. Oh, good Lord. Now, I've got to finish it off. Yes, anyway, as I was talking about the advent calendar, yeah, so that's something that I want to do, and I'll be hanging it in, actually using, I've got a small little one, but what I like about this one, it's quite a big size and looks like something that you could hang on your back of your door or wherever it is. You know, and when the kids were little, you know, a little lolly or whatever it was that would keep them happy. But when they're a bit older and you're bigger, you know, you can put something like a deck of cards or just something a little bit bigger in each of them. Still put lollies in there, but yeah, just want it's a bigger size, which I find handy. I just love slow stitching. It is so good, nice and relaxing, and you know, you've got that. It really has taken me quite some time, and even then, as you can see along the way, I always pick off these bits because it annoys me, but I have to like just leave it. Don't touch, and just let it go. You know, the fraying part is all the you know, the nice part about it. Okay, hence why when I'm going to put mine together, it's not going to have frayed edges. I'll see how I go. Okay, now sort of want it to be more like a normal cottage rather than so much a Christmas cottage. I may even make another one. I've got the pattern. Like this can be one that I can stick out all year, and then I'll actually make a proper Christmassy one, and maybe even just do that with the frayed edges and more you know, not so much one panel, just a bit more slow stitching, like how Lisa's done it. Maybe challenge myself to make another one and do it in Christmassy colours with some of the fabrics that I'm getting. Okay, now let's do, I've got going to stick that over the top. So I'll just this, okay, and then you know what, I'm going to do, rather than just doing running stitch, I might just do little, you know, straight stitches in a spiky format, give it that tree look. Since I've talking myself into challenging myself. Now, like not that you'll be able to see it too much because it's a similar colour. Okay, so edge. So if I come out, the trouble when you've got a big piece, it will do that to you. So you want it to hold on, but at the same token, we want to be able to see a bit of a pattern. Give it a bit of a messy look. There we go. I can do it. I don't know if you can see that. Might need to go out a little bit more into that. And then I could probably, I reckon, maybe even do a French knot in each of the little dots. Look for opportunities of where you could do it. On this I've got all those, so I could probably do the lines and make that more like a pine tree. Oh, I like it. I like it. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So, keeping myself busy as much as I try to, like as a lot of you subscribers know, I used to do a lot of journals, and I've done a sewing journal. This will probably be put up after I finish my sewing journal, but I've gotten to the point where I've got to do the papers, and it's like I just have lost my mojo for doing journals, to be honest. Been there, done that. I've always loved sewing, and I do like journals, but I'm not a journaler. So I made them because of the creative side of it and my artistic side and all that kind of stuff, but I don't really do journals, like as in do journaling. So, but I still want to do my collage, seasonal art collage thing next year, because that's a bit like my block of the month, and so that's still a bit of paper craft and artistic, you know. I'll probably do a bit of mixed media and all that kind of stuff, but as far as making journals, so for all those people out there that have got one of my journals that I've made and sold, you're pretty lucky, because I'm not going to be doing a great deal more. I've got those 2 lots of sewing ones, and I made like ones for me, and then I've got that other sewing book which I will probably sell once that's made. So there you go. So there is one more coming to sell. Oh, and I've got journal covers. So I'll make them because that's sewing. Now, yeah, there's plenty of other awesome channels. A bit like Wendy. I just love Wendy from Wendy's Journal Adventures. You know, she is primary makes journals. That's what she does. But I know that she is a quilter and she does that, and I think she's probably had her time of doing quilting. So, okay. But she still incorporates stitching in her journals. So there are, and like Rachel's, like does a bit of both as well. But I know she just loves to stitch too. That's why I asked her to be part of the collaboration. She just loves it, and she's the cutest person. I love her down to earth, and you know, comments. She's so cute. Some of the stuff she says. Okay, now hold that down. Hopefully it will stay down. There we go. And come back up here. I heard something. I hope it hasn't stopped on me. I'm at 36 minutes. Okay, well, I'll just stop there. And I'll continue on behind the scenes, and in the next one it'll probably be together, but you got a bit of an idea of what I'm going to do, and then you'll see the finished product along with maybe some of the bits and pieces that I bought when I went to Malton. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and maybe go to Forage, her website, and get one yourself. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Bye.